Hey everyone, we are back. This is episode 2 of the lore of Warcraft, and it's Gleekon here. So in this one, we are really going to dig into each little section. So I decided to break down each chapter into the sections the way that the Chronicles does. I also think it'll keep the episodes pretty bite-sized, just a couple minutes for each one. So this first chapter is called Mythos. So it looks like if you look in the Warcraft timeline, this is all the stuff that's happening that kind of forms Azeroth long before I think even a lot of the races are formed. All right, and here we go. This is going to begin with the Origins section. Before life began, before even the cosmos took shape, there was light and there was void. Unfettered by the confines of time and space, the light swelled across all existence in the form of a boundless prismatic sea. Great torrents of living energy flitted through its mirrored depths, their movements conjuring a symphony of joy and hope. A little bit of some just similarities between a lot of world myths, it seems here, and Christianity and stuff like that. The ocean of light was dynamic and ever-shifting, yet as it expanded, some of its energies faded and dimmed, leaving behind pockets of cold nothingness. From the absence of light in these spaces, a new power coalesced and came to be. This power was the Void, a dark and vampiric force driven to devour all energy, to twist creation inward to feed upon itself. The Void quickly grew and spread its influence, moving against the flowing waves of light. The mounting tension between these two opposing yet inseparable energies eventually ignited a series of catastrophic explosions, rupturing the fabric of creation and birthing a new realm into existence. In that moment, the physical universe was born. The energies released by the clash of light and void raged across the nascent cosmos. Raw matter merging and spinning into primordial worlds without number. For long epochs, this ever-expanding universe, the great dark beyond, broiled in a maelstrom of fire and magic. And remember, in the last episode, we kind of talked about the great dark beyond as one of the sort of the realms. The most unstable energies coalesced into an astral dimension known as the Twisting Nether, another one. Light and void collided and bled together at the edges of this realm, throwing it into turmoil. Although tangentially linked to the great dark beyond, the Twisting Nether existed outside the borders of the physical universe. Even so, the Twisting Nether's volatile energies would occasionally tear through the veil of the great dark, flooding into reality and warping creation. Okay, so it seems like physical world is the great dark beyond. Space, maybe? Meanwhile, the astral plane, a parallel thing, sort of like if you're into D&D and stuff like that, that's the Twisting Nether. This is how I'm taking this. The cataclysmic birth of the cosmos also flung shards of light throughout reality. These shards suffused the matter of myriad worlds with the spark of life, giving rise to creatures of wondrous and terrible diversity. Okay, so sort of like the next day. The most common forms of life to appear were the elemental spirits, primordial beings of fire, water, earth, and air. Okay, so those are our first creatures. These creatures were native to nearly every physical world. Many of them reveled in the turmoil that held sway over the early ages of creation. So every planet out there should have elementals. Elementals, it sounds like, these primordials, are the genesis of everything. Occasionally, clouds of fractured light gathered and gave shape to beings of far greater power, of far greater potential. Among these were the Naru, benevolent creatures composed of scintillating holy energies. When they gazed across the immeasurable universe, they saw a realm of limitless possibilities. The Naru vowed to use their mastery over holy magic to spread hope and nurture life wherever they could find it. So we have the Primordials, sounds like neutral, elemental, in a way. Shamanic magic is already there. And already holy magic. Magic exists already. No explanation, I guess. And the Naru. So we have elementals, we have Naru. Even more extraordinary than the Naru were the Colossal Titans. Their spirits, known as world souls, formed deep within the fiery core of a small number of worlds. For ages, these nascent titans slumbered, their energies suffusing the celestial bodies they inhabited. So maybe that's like our Cinderella planets or Goldilocks planets. I mean, the titans make the certain planets where I guess maybe humanity or different life can eventually be only on those types. That means every other barren planet out there is still filled with elementals and Naru. When the Titans finally awoke, they did so as living worlds. Cosmic winds howled across their gigantic forms, bodies shrouded in a cloak of stardust, skin crisscrossed with silvery mountain peaks and oceans shimmering with latent magic. So the Titans are the planets. With eyes that shone like brilliant stars, they observed the fledgling cosmos and became enraptured by its mysteries. Whereas the Naru set out to safeguard life, the Titans embarked on a different journey. They wandered the distant corners of the great dark of space, searching for others of their kind. So the planets are floating around space looking for other planets. This grand, far-reaching voyage would one day alter the course of creation and shape the destiny of all things. Okay? So interesting. All right. Little hokey, I think, at some parts, but I think it's interesting to see where this all begins. So we've got elementals, we've got Naru, and now we've got the Titans, which are the planets. We have the Great Dark, which is space, and its parallel astral realm, which is the twisting Nether. Those would have been established. We have holy magic, and in a way, elemental magic that's also been established. All right, so we'll continue these origins mini chapters on the next episode, which will be episode 3. Thank you guys. It's been a pleasure, as always.